Let's just jump right into a massive debate that's literally keeping enterprise architects and IT directors awake at night. Is SAP's huge push for cloud AI just, well, marketing hype? Are they just slapping the word AI on every single new product release just to get hyped up and fight off the competition? Or is there actual indispensable value here for real businesses? There's just so much noise out there right now and immense pressure from the C-suite to adopt AI simply because everyone else is doing it. So today, in this explainer, we're going to strip away all that marketing fluff and look strictly at the architectural realities.
Everybody's wondering, do we really truly need a massive move to the cloud just to use AI? Think about it. If you've got this robust on-premises system that works perfectly fine and powers your whole business, why can't you just plug a popular LLM like Claude or OpenAI directly into it? The temptation to just hook up an API, skip the crazy expensive infrastructure migration, and save a ton of money is absolutely huge. And it's a completely fair question. But to get an honest answer, we got to look at what actually happens when you try to build a lean enterprise AI setup completely on your own.
Now, your initial assumption here, it's actually partially correct. If your core ECC or S/4 system already has robust roles, audit logs, and super strong data governance, well, you're covered for the basics. You can absolutely layer AI on top for simple, controlled tasks. We're talking things like automating invoice text extraction, summarizing giant email chains for support tickets, or running a basic internal chatbot over heavily sanitized data. These work fine. You can absolutely get some real effective AI wins for your teams without triggering an immediate massive cloud migration. But, and this is a big but, here's the catch. Let's go point by point, completely devoid of any marketing spin. Those existing on-premise security controls you've spent years building and relying on, they don't automatically extend to external AI usage, period. There is this massive, often invisible gap between traditional enterprise security boundaries and modern external AI implementation. So let's slow down for a second and break down exactly where this DIY, purely on-premise approach fundamentally falls apart the minute you try to scale it.
First up is the security gap. Your SAP system is brilliant at protecting who can access data inside the system, but connecting external AI, that introduces a totally unpredictable set of variables. Your standard internal SAP roles do not control what data gets set out to an external LLM, how those prompts are constructed, or critically, what that model remembers or logs. Imagine the nightmare here. A custom ABAP program accidentally sends proprietary vendor contracts or highly sensitive customer financials to an external model. That LLM might store those logs or worse, use your highly classified data to train its public model. Your internal roles simply can't govern that external layer.
Second, we have semantic understanding. There is a huge, unglamorous disconnect between how a machine reads raw data and how a complex business actually operates. Even if you securely connect an LLM to your system, that AI is basically just staring at raw tables and JSON files. It doesn't inherently understand business meaning, complex process relationships, or multi-table joins. If an executive asks your custom LLM, "Hey, why did my margin drop in Q3?" the LLM can't just magically guess the context. You're basically forced to completely rebuild the SAP intelligence layer, painstakingly recreating all that CDS modeling and business logic entirely outside of SAP.
Third is the cross-system reality. And frankly, this is the hidden blocker that catches IT teams totally by surprise. Your enterprise isn't just a single ECC box. Finance might be locked down in SAP, sure, but HR is sitting over in SuccessFactors, procurement is running through Ariba, and CRM is managed in Salesforce. Your custom homegrown AI now has to securely navigate and connect all these highly fragmented systems. You've got to maintain all those fragile APIs and handle authentication across the entire corporate landscape. What started as a cool little AI feature you plugged in rapidly becomes a massive platform engineering nightmare. And for the ABAP developers out there, there's a very real, very painful clean core impact to consider. If you embed custom AI logic directly into your on-premise system, you're creating deeply entrenched custom wrappers and Z-program orchestration. You're tightly coupling it with your core business logic. The result? It heavily increases your SPAU and SPD effort. For the uninitiated, that means those massive headache-inducing code adjustment tasks during system upgrades get exponentially worse. It makes decoupling later almost impossible and fundamentally ruins your entire clean core strategy.
This technical debt steadily builds into what we call the silent cost. And honestly, this is the exact trap that kills most DIY AI projects. On day one, everyone's thrilled, right? The team says, look, we integrated AI quickly and cheaply. But by month 3, reality hits hard.
You're suddenly dealing with complex prompt tuning issues, constantly hitting API rate limits, and managing unexpected outputs or AI hallucinations. Then, by month 6, you realize you need to hire dedicated, super expensive AI engineers, set up entirely new DevOps pipelines, and build a massive governance layer just to keep the whole precarious system from collapsing. And this quote perfectly captures the absolute climax of the problem. It's just so ironic. You set out to save your company money by avoiding the cloud and building a lean, efficient AI setup entirely by yourself. But in doing so, you haven't actually saved a dime. You've just accidentally built an incredibly expensive, highly custom, incredibly fragile mini version of SAP's Business Technology Platform. And the absolute worst part is, now your internal IT team has to maintain that beast completely by themselves forever.
So let's look at why cloud actually wins, moving past the hype to real value.
Going back to our core question from the very beginning, is SAP just marketing every newly launched product to get hyped and stay in competition? No. Companies are enthusiastically going for SAP's Cloud and BTP, not because on-premises is inherently bad, or because they blindly bought into a shiny brochure. The real, tangible value for real businesses lies right here. They move to the cloud because they realize they simply don't want to own, build, and maintain the entire AI stack. Platforms like SAP BTP and Joule provide a standardized AI layer with pre-built orchestration and vendor-supported evolution. It is the reality answer to the hype, handling data governance, cross-system orchestration, and semantic business context right out of the box, so you don't have to build it yourself.
However, let's play devil's advocate for a second because we want to be totally objective here. Keeping your operations completely on-premise with a lean, external AI integration actually is the absolute best choice under a few highly specific conditions. If your use case is extremely narrow, if your data sensitivity is so high that it legally cannot leave your physical servers, if you have super strict budget constraints, and if your system landscape is incredibly simple, then yes, absolutely, the lean DIY on-premise setup is totally viable and the smartest route for your business.
But for the rest of us, there is the honest middle ground. A pragmatic, hybrid architecture.
For the vast majority of complex enterprises out there, a hybrid approach is the way to go. It proves you absolutely don't have to jump fully into the cloud overnight just because a massive new AI product launched. Smart companies take these exact pragmatic steps. Step 1, they keep their core ECC or S/4 systems safely running on-premise. Step 2, they use AI selectively via direct APIs for those simple, highly targeted use cases we talked about earlier. And step 3, they gradually, carefully adopt BTP only when they hit those complex cross-system orchestration needs. It's a completely controlled, value-driven migration.
So, the crucial takeaway here is this. Using third-party AI with on-premise SAP is entirely technically possible without migrating everything to the cloud. But as your enterprise AI usage grows, the massive challenges around data security, business context, and code maintenance multiply rapidly. Moving to cloud AI platforms isn't just falling for competitive marketing hype, it's fundamentally a necessary decision of scalability and manageability. It's about not breaking your IT team under the weight of custom technical debt.
Knowing these silent costs and the sheer, overwhelming complexity of connecting fragmented systems on your own, I want to leave you with a provocative thought to take back to your IT teams. Will your current DIY AI architecture survive the next 6 months of scaling? Or are you accidentally building a massive, custom platform that your business fundamentally won't be able to afford to maintain? Think about it. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.